The clarity I had one morning when I woke up after trying to balance wine and Prozac and all this stuff, I really did have a moment of clarity, and I didn't know that existed. I thought that was fake. I thought people would just say that, but I really did. I woke up.
Hello and welcome back to the Few Podcast. This is Robert Shine with my co-host Madison Evans. Hi, Madison.
Hi, Rob.
I'm excited to be here. I bet you are too.
Yes, I'm very excited. We have an exciting guest today.
We have a great guest today. She's a returning guest. So much to talk about, so much growth in her personal life, professional life. It's going to be a lot of fun. But we're kicking off season 4, episode 1, and it's all about being empowered. So we just finished the Confidence Summit, and now we're just going to keep rolling ahead with some unbelievable guests. Today, we have Chef Virginia Dalbeck. She's a restaurateur. We interviewed her about a year ago on the show. Super high impressions, hits, likes, subscribes. I mean, that was one of our sort of more oversubscribed episodes. That was a lot of fun, and she's always great. But since then, she's had a new addition. So now she's the mom of 2. And she's going to be talking about that with us, added more restaurants. We're even going to talk about pickleball, Madison. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to see how she has pickleball in her life, whether she's playing or doing something fun with that too as well, and integrating that in the restaurant concept as well. But let's get right to our episode. Thanks for watching. So welcome back, Chef Virginia. Looks like we got a new addition. New addition since last time we saw you.
He's 8 months old, my little Duncan.
Oh,
So adorable.
I'm so happy to be back. Thanks for inviting me back. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so you are not only super mom, but you've done a lot, and there's going to be a lot to cover in today's episode. But we just appreciate your time today, and you're an inspiration for everybody out there, because not only what you're doing in your professional life, in your personal life. Let's get right to it and sort of catch us up since we were here a year ago. What's happened?
Well, thank you. A year ago, I've moved. Well, let's see. I'll do it in order, just simply. I got pregnant at the Four Seasons Hotel in Maui. So be careful, everybody, if you
That's
go
very,
there.
very specific.
Yes. And then we sold our house and moved to a larger home, kind of my dream home. And we had a healthy baby boy, Duncan.
Beautiful. Hi, Duncan.
Duncan Bourdain. And his last name is his father's last name. Dobrats. Yeah, we're just rocking and rolling. Yeah, I have lots to talk about.
last time we talked to you, you were already doing 1,000,001 things. And I think the number one question is, how do you do it all?
I'm a great delegator, honestly. I'm 46. I had a child at 46 naturally, which is so crazy. And my work has already, was so rooted. It was just perfect timing, really. And I just had to delegate everything that I was doing. And we're actually growing. We're opening up 2 new restaurants this year. One is an Italian concept in Midland, and the other is a pickleball concept in Midland, which I'm really excited about because, I play pickleball. I played pickleball till like a week before I gave birth.
Oh, that's great. So there's so much to unpack right there. And let's just go right to the pickleball, because that sounds like a lot of fun.
I love pickleball.
So you're an avid player, you're passionate about the game, but you're bringing the food concept to the court?
Yes. Yeah, so basically we have a concept in addition to Cork and Pig Tavern called Red Oak Kitchen. We are expanding our Red Oak Kitchen concept in Midland, and the landlord asked us to manage 5 pickleball courts that were already there, because this really cool property called The Summit has shopping, restaurants, a gym. Oh man, it's so beautiful. And they wanted us to manage the pickleball courts and serve food and booze to them. And we're like, well, we don't know anything. I know how to play pickleball, but I don't know how to manage pickleball courts. And honestly, it's not a huge profit margin. We did the math. So we figured out a way to share the kitchen, not to confuse the audience too much, but we figured out a way to make both Red Oak Kitchen expansion happen and Cork and Pickle happen. We basically share the same kitchen and can provide food to both places, and it just worked out. Of course, my business partners hated every second of it because they thought it was only happening because I'm obsessed with pickleball, but it actually really just fell in our laps. And it happens so organically. And that's one thing that really works well with our brand and how we like to do things, is have a good relationship with our landlords and be on the same, wavelength and have the same goals and the same drive. And I mean, it just happened. And we love having good relationships with our landlord. And I can't wait for the concept to open. It's under construction and should be open hopefully by this year, but we'll see.
Oh, that's exciting. We're going to have to come out and check it out firsthand.
Yeah.
Have a sort of a pickleball competition. And
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
that sounds great.
Yeah. So that's all taken off professionally wise. And, just I'm so fortunate to be basically a stay at home mom and be able to, be a full time mom to my son Duncan and be here for my daughter who's 12 now. And man, is she ever mean? Oh my gosh. That's been a journey. Everybody thought like having a newborn would be a tough. Honestly, my newborn is the easiest part of my day. If anything, it's my 12-year-old daughter that just like, that's tough. That's one thing. Like I can navigate through issues at work. I can navigate through issues for the most part of my life. But when it comes to her, it's pretty tough. So being a good mom, honestly, is probably the hardest path I have right now. I'm so blessed to have a good work life, a good relationship. We've been together for 15 years. We have 2 children together. Like I have all these blessings, and that just is a good segue into the next thing I'm going to tell you guys. I got really bad postpartum after I had Duncan. And so I had to start taking antidepressants. But yeah, like I wasn't breastfeeding him. I was 46. I had a healthy baby. I was kind of like in this celebratory mood to like, oh, I can juggle Prozac and wine and children and this and that. And it just became completely unmanageable in the small amount of time that he's been alive. And so I really decided to stop drinking and just give my mental health a really good opportunity to do what it can. You can't balance the chemicals in your brain with an antidepressant if you're drinking wine 3 or 4 times a week. Yeah. So I really felt that like in order for me to be as present and amazing as I could be, I really had to sober up, so to speak. And I didn't really have the tools to do that myself. So I explored AA and Alcoholics Anonymous, and I really love it. I have a sponsor and everything, and she actually just suggested that I should start Al-Anon. So I'm kind of in this little transitional stage of figuring out what is right for me, what is wrong for me, but I feel great right now. And I definitely know that like not drinking is the right thing for me right now, just because I feel amazing. Like when he wakes up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., like I'm ready to start the day. Yeah. And that's really helped because being 46, I'm already in perimenopause with a child under 1. It's a lot to juggle. And I would say my mental health is the biggest juggle, and trying to be the best mom I can be to Lively. I thought maybe when I'd stop drinking, like it was 2 months ago, I stopped drinking. Age 46. I thought it would be like I would be mom of the year. No, it's still a battle with her every day. She challenges me. She did puberty. Like she thinks that she's the boss. One tactic I'll learn the tactic on how to like get through to her, or an earn and reward, or chores around the house, for this, for that, for a phone, for a cat, all this stuff. And like it still challenges me. One day I think I have it figured out, and the next day I don't. And I don't know. Do you guys have kids? Do you have teenagers?
We do. So my wife and I, Jenica and I, have 4, and 3 are girls. So we very much, they're 24, 22, and about 19 now, and my son's 17.
Oh, good. So you went through it. You got through it.
We understand. You'll survive. You'll survive.
Yes.
We understand.
I will survive.
Where you are, but no, it's great that what you talked about is you're prioritizing you being the best you for your daughter, for your son, for your businesses, for your partner. You're really taking a step forward of that self-care aspect that we talk so much about. And I think what's great, what you just shared with our audience right now, is that how good it is, and you're just 2 months into it, right? And how great you feel. And so I think that was great that you shared that with our audience. It's so great to have that update from you. And it's a very impactful and very inspirational. So just you'll get through the daughter stage. I will tell you, the teenage stage, and it's never easy. I will tell you, once you get past this, the second hardest, or maybe the hardest, is the summer before. Like when they graduate high school, the summer before they go off to college. They could be the sweetest, daughter in the world. You could have the best relationship in the world. And then all of a sudden they know in their mind that they have to sort of separate, right? Separate from you, separate from the home. And so they automatically flip a switch. So we've had some of our daughters that are like the sweetest, best relationships we ever had. And I had to turn to my wife and I go, is that the person that's not somebody I recognize. Like that person is not, there's something going on. And so the more we talk to other parents, the more we realize. And so by the, second, third time down the road and then talking to other parents, you just have to prepare for it. So you'll get through this. And then the next one is senior in high school, summer before college. It's a different kid, but they come back to you. The only advice that I would also submit for consideration is when you drop them off to college, already have that bounce back trip, whether they come back to see you or you come back to see them, booked. Because mentally, it keeps everyone's spirits engaged, uplifted.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, and you don't get to the, drive off depression. My wife, cried.
Yeah, something to look forward to.
Yeah, we were crying when we dropped off our first on the airplane. I mean, the stewardess was like, "Is your wife okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't think she is."
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know what
hard.
to tell you. But
She wasn't.
Yeah,
She
and
wasn't.
she wasn't. But we already had the trip booked, and bounce back to go see them. And that really helps. And, it's never easy. It's always a transition, and life's all about transition. So, but yeah, you have more to look forward to, but you're kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah, thank you. I really try, I like this saying, you can lead a horse to water, you can't make it drink, but you can make it thirsty. And I would say I'm pretty thirsty right now. I'm thirsty to be the best person I can be. And it might have not have happened as quickly as it should have, but I'm here now today and I feel like the best I've ever felt in my life. And it's probably the Prozac. But I'm just soaking it up, man. I'm loving it.
Maybe it's the pickleball state of mind.
Yeah.
You know what? It's that pickleball state of mind because it's a healthy hobby. It's a workout. You can play with another person or 3 other people. You can do all ages, all times of the day, all different styles, social or competitively. It's really cool. You can go travel around and watch it. And since it's not such a huge sport, you can actually meet the pros and stuff. And
I was watching on ESPN this last weekend, and it, at the highest level, the championships, so I think Andre Agassi and a few others were playing, some of the best in the world. And that's another level. That's like second to none, but it's fascinating. It's so much fun. What a growing sport, what a healthy sport, what a social interaction. It's easy, fun for everybody. I love that.
Thank you everyone for watching. This episode is sponsored by Blanky Shine Wealth Management. We've been in the Coachella Valley for 40 years and we're built for the next 40 years. You can find us at blankyshinewealthmanagement.com. And now back to the episode.
I work with a lot of business owners as an advisor, financial advisor in my world. I think one of the key transitions that I see for you, and you already admitted it, but I think it's important to point it out for our audience, is as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you really turn the corner and start ramping up to the next level when you stop working in the business and you take time to work on the business. So you separate those two. And it's really, from an entrepreneur standpoint, they'll teach you this, but it's hard to actually carve out that time. You're not going to be, let's say, in the kitchen, if you will, in your particular situation. You're not going to be in the day-to-days. You're going to take some time to plan. You're going to take some time to forecast. You're going to take some time to sort of, create a strategy and then come back in with your team, build the best team you can, trust them, support them until you fall down, but have a plan, work the strategy. And then I think that's, you're a testament to that. And that's why we see so much success on your side, because you're an entrepreneur that really is sort of figured out. It's a cheat code, by the way.
Yeah, I love that. Even though I'm not boots on the ground inside of the locations, because there's 10 units and they're all spread out now. So, having a baby, that's too hard. But what I do a lot of is interviewing managers, and I interview managers for their morals, their character, their weird cat's name, their healthy hobbies. They all have experience. And that's one way that we're creating a culture and a brand and creating a lifestyle that people can come and work for us in Midland for a couple of years with the promise of moving to a better, more fun area where we have different restaurants, because it's hard to staff talented people in West Texas. So we really got to create a brand and a culture that make good people want to work for us and for a long time, and provide a lifestyle for them so they can have a healthy, work and home balance.
That's fantastic. That's another key you just pointed out, which is culture. Culture is everything. Getting the right people, and then balancing in the plane, and then balancing the plane. Who can sit where and play to the strengths, we're all a team, highest and best use value of the team, and then just work together. So yeah, that culture is key. And that's sort of the winning strategy there too.
Yeah. And like we're in this position now where we can pay really well in benefits and 401ks and other vacation packages. So we can recruit from around the United States. That's what we've been having to do. It's not just in Texas. It's just not in the town that we're trying to hire for anymore. Now it's the United States. When you're doing that, you got to present a fantasy almost, a work fantasy, a lifestyle, like where are the kids going to go to school? Where's the closest airport? How fast can you get to Las Vegas? Stuff like that.
Can you tell us more about the area of Texas you're in and expanding in Texas and what that's been like?
Okay, so living in Texas and having a very successful show here called Landman literally is in my work life beating path. It is in the Permian Basin and it's in the DFW area. There is a thick bloodline that runs through that area of oil money, and it's not going anywhere. So it's cool to watch the show Landman and compare it to like try to figure out where they are, where they're driving. Are they on 20? Are they in Midland? Are they actually in Fort Worth? I know that one of my favorite restaurants I love to go to here in Fort Worth called JD's and also Margie's Italian. Right across is where the Patch is. And that's here in like the Benbrook area. Like that's not even in Midland or Odessa. So they do a lot of stuff everywhere. I would be so honored to have Cork and Pig or Red Oak Kitchen on Landman.
That would be awesome.
I was not playing.
That would be so cool.
That would be so cool. That would be so cool. Or like Cork and Pickle or something. If you hear me out there. We also work out at the same gym as some of the production staff and directors.
Oh, that's awesome. I have a niece that's at TCU, and
nice.
She's sending us photos this last semester of they were on campus filming, and she's in the background as an extra and having fun. And I'm like,
that's
wow,
cool.
That's an experience. That's a lot of fun, a lot of energy on that.
Yeah.
Campus.
My nephew goes. He's a freshman this year, and so that's fun too. That's fun too. And Duncan's favorite babysitter, she's going to TCU.
Awesome.
So yeah,
I think Landman's the best show on TV by far. It's so much fun. We love it.
Yeah.
Well,
I love Billy Bob Thornton. I love it all.
Dialed in. Mm-hmm. So Virginia, both on a professional and on a personal life, what advice basically on both sides of the track would you give to our audience?
I would definitely say pick something and stick to it. Something that you're passionate about, something that you like. Work for nothing for 5 years, or at least assume you're going to work for nothing for a year or two and scrape pennies and do what you can and eat crow and do all the things and never think you're too good for any type of work as long as you're safe and it's legal. But if you get a job as a server, you're not too good to scrub the toilet at the end of the night. If you get a job, any kind of work ethic that you have, you're never too good for anything, and you can always learn from somebody anywhere, anytime. When you start to make money, stay humble. Don't get a big head on your shoulders. It happens to me, especially give me a couple martinis and I'm the most annoying person about certain things. Just stay humble, stay wise, and learn from everybody all the time, and always, always grow. Always put yourself in uncomfortable situations as long as they're safe and not illegal to be better, always.
Love that. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's great.
Great advice.
Thank
you for sharing.
Well, thank you. I tried to speak from the heart and not to lie, because we do a good job at lying to ourselves. And so I wanted just to really speak from the heart and tell the audience authentically, like who I am and what I'm doing right now and how great I feel. And the clarity I had one morning when I woke up after trying to balance wine and Prozac and all this stuff, I really did have a moment of clarity, and I didn't know that existed. I thought that was fake. I thought people would just say that, but I really did. I woke up February 24th, 2026 with a moment of clarity. It just was like, wake up. Don't throw everything away. Don't ruin everything trying to balance something that's not balanceable. Listen to your heart, your soul, and feed it the best way you can. Don't feed your ego. That's all I got to say.
Virginia, you're unbelievable business owner, restaurateur, a business partner, partner in your personal life, as well as a super mom. We can clearly see that. You've been amazing today. just doing that through
Thank
through
you.
our conversation. And
Thank you. And my friends are so important to me too. My friends they're part of the crab in the crab cake. You know, there's all these little, they're my tribe is everything. Without my friends holding me to high standards, I wouldn't be where I am today. So thank you to all my friends that have pushed me to be better. Oh my God, I'm getting emotional.
I love that network of support. I love that. Virginia,
All right.
it's always a pleasure, and best to you, and thank you for today, and from all of us to you. It's so great to see your growth, your personal growth, professional growth, and all that success. And yeah, just keep at it. You're a phenomenal mom, and you'll get through the teenage stages.
Man, I mean, I know that I was mean when I was a teenager, but I thought I was just like hurt because of a divorce and all this stuff. But no, it doesn't matter what you say or do. They will find something to get what they want from you, whether it's through pain and blood and tears or the right way. So everything's a teaching moment.
Awesome. We're going to leave it at that. Awesome. Thank you. Bye, Duncan.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye,
so
guys.
much.
I'll see you next time.
Madison, wow, that was a very impactful conversation with Virginia. She got real, she got raw, and she talked about how life is to balance everything, right? But I think the key message is that she's continually growing and moving forward. And I just love the energy that she brought to the table in our episode today.
Yes, everyone loved the last episode with her, and I think our audience is going to love this episode as well. And as we close every episode, we have a couple quotes for you. The first is by Julia Child. Find something you're passionate about and keep tremendously interested in it. Our second quote is by Tina Fey, and she's speaking about balancing motherhood and business. You go through big chunks of time where you're thinking, this is impossible. Oh, this is impossible. And then you just keep going and sort of do the impossible. Thank you all again for tuning into this episode of the View Podcast. Please like, subscribe, and follow us on our social medias, and look out for the next episode.
This podcast is brought to you by David Field Producer. It is produced and directed by David Field and Kristen George. And it's mix, edit, and socials by Kristen George and Sam Aguirre. Blanky Shine Wealth Management is a group of investment professionals registered with Hightower Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC, and with Hightower Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor with the SEC. Securities are offered through Hightower Securities, LLC. Advisory services are offered through Hightower Advisors, LLC. This is not an offer to buy or sell securities. No investment process is free of risk, and there is no guarantee that the investment process or the investment opportunities referenced herein will be profitable. Past performance is not indicative of current or future performance and is not a guarantee. The investment opportunities referenced herein may not be suitable for all investors. All data and information referenced herein are from sources believed to be reliable. Any opinions, news, research, analysis, prices, or other information contained in this research is provided as general market commentary. It does not constitute investment advice. Blanky Shine Wealth Management and Hightower shall not in any way be liable for claims and make no expressed or implied representations or warranties as to the accuracy or completeness of the data and other information, or for statements or errors contained in or omissions from the obtained data and information referenced herein. The data and information are provided as of the date referenced. Such data and information are subject to change without notice. This document was created for informational purposes only. The opinions expressed are solely those of Blanky Shine Wealth Management and do not represent those of Hightower Advisors, LLC, or any of its affiliates.